You're watching Gamescom Studio on IGN. Since 1998, the Anno franchise has been defining and redefining the city-building genre, and with the upcoming Anno 117 Pax Romana, the series is about the biggest swing yet. Here to tell me more is game director Jan Dungel. Welcome.
Hello, nice to meet you.
So, you got Anno 117 coming up, and you're introducing Albion, which is one of the two provinces where you can begin your game, right? So tell us a little bit about Albion.
So Albion is actually the second province we introduce in a game. The first province is Latium, which is more inspired by the Italy and Rome. Mm-hmm. And Albion is a very different province, so we wanted to choose a province which there is a deep contrast to the Latium. So it's province inspired by Britannia, and it's very different. It's like wet, there are a lot of fogs, marshes, strange people living there, like Celts, very different to Romans. So it's maybe a place where no civilized Roman want to be. And yet you are sent as a governor to stabilize this province.
And so as a player, that introduces sort of interesting choices to make, right? Because you can either choose to sort of Romanize the area or sort of adapt to the local Celtic culture, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we felt that this is actually a very interesting topic because you are in very different province and there are these local Celts and they have their old ancient traditions, and yeah, how it would be actually to be a Roman governor and what you would do as a Roman governor if you want to govern there. Would you be more sympathetic for their traditions? Because, for example, the Romans, they actually adopted a lot of cultures. Yeah, so as far as they could pay the taxes, they were quite tolerant to them unless it kind of endangered them. So would you worship or tolerate their culture, or would you choose to Romanize them? Because that might be also maybe more profiting. So that is an interesting choice you can take as a player.
So looking at this time period, I think 117 was a sort of an important year for the Roman Empire. How did you choose Albion specifically as a location to start the game?
Yeah, so we had some ideas about like which should be the second province, and of course we had some ideas also for Mediterranean provinces, and the obvious also one choice was Egypt, but we felt like, yeah, we want to do something more striking, like a bigger contrast to this. And because Latium is already quite sunny, this warm climate, lavender fields, we felt like we want to do something completely different. And the Britannia as an inspiration was actually very good. So it was very far away province in north, very different climate, very different culture. And we wanted to show actually how the Rome adapted in such far distance provinces.
It's a really interesting time period and topic. You're also introducing a character, is it Voada? Central to the story. What can you tell us about this character?
So the Voada is actually inspired by a real historical character, which was called Boudica. And Boudica, she was like the biggest enemy against the Romans. She also actually burned Londonium, so which was then later the London. And yeah, so that was our inspiration for this character Voada, and she is a Celtic leader, Celtic character. She hates everything about the Rome, so she, and actually that's something what you can choose. Yeah, so what your actions will lead either ultimately to war with her, or maybe you are more tolerant to the Celtic traditions. Maybe you start to worship their gods. And that might actually even appease her, or you might even become allies and trade together. So that's a quite interesting choice, and also the characters which are in this province will react to your choices.
You mentioned the gods. Depending on where you begin the game, the player, you get to choose deities. How does that work?
Yes, so as you might know, the Rome was very polytheistic, so they actually adopted a lot of gods from different regions. Yeah, those gods, they travel all through the provinces, so you can find Egyptian gods in Germany, you can find, so even in that region, of course, you will find some Celtic gods or inspired by Celtic religions, and those gods you can also adapt as a Rome and maybe even apply them in a Rome or later in Egypt. Yeah?
So Anno 117 is the earliest historical setting in the series so far. Why did you choose this particular moment in Roman history?
So as you might know, the last opus was Anno 1800, and yeah, we felt like we want to do something very different and a different time era. And the Rome was always one of the most beloved setting by our fans. So it was like, yeah, that would be actually a good time to do it, because we didn't want to do like 17th century, 19th century. We felt also it's not good time for sci-fi yet. So we felt like that would be actually a brilliant setting for us. And yeah, it's super rich with architecture, with all this.
Well, so for fans of the series, what are some key challenges that players can expect from a Roman setting compared to previous settings in the Anno series?
Yeah, so I think that actually there are more choices in the game, many more, so it's less linear than the previous opuses. So it's actually up to you if you want to go, for example, a military part, or if you want to do economy part, if you beauty build. So the game is quite open, yeah? And you can go into very different directions, and it's actually quite interesting to combine different ways of playing. That might be something what is really expanded in this game much more than in Anno 1800.
What's one feature or visual detail in 117 that you're proud of that players might not notice right away?
So what I'm proud of is like that we have actually in a campaign when you send in Britannia that you have to take elephant with you.
Oh, nice.
Which was inspired by actually real historical events, because they wanted to intimidate Celts. So they took the African elephants. A lot of them didn't survive, but we are nicer, they survive.
Okay.
And that's I'm actually quite proud of.
When you're making a historical game, is there any temptation to add in any historically inaccurate features or little Easter eggs or anything?
Absolutely. So first to say, we are not a historically accurate game. We never were. Yeah. We always took liberty to only choose what we like from history, because our focus is to have fun game. So yeah, we deliberately took what we like, but we also sometimes leave aside what we don't want to use. So yeah, some of this might be just made up. Also, we never have the real names for the characters. We don't have a real map or this kind of things. Yeah.
Right. Well, Anno 117 is coming up November 13th, but you have a free demo coming out in September, is that right?
Yes, absolutely. You can play the free demo for quite some time. Yeah.
So for anyone in the audience who might be an Anno newbie but wants to dive into the game, what are some pro tips for someone who's playing an Anno game for the first time?
I would say actually Anno is also about the beauty, so take your time. It's not stress. Don't feel stressed. Yeah, just make it cozy for you. Watch, learn. I think it's also very welcoming. So it's not like that you have to understand everything, and just build the first woodcutter, see where the wood goes, yeah, and go step by step. Enjoy it.
Well, again, it's out November 13th, and it's coming to PC, Xbox, and PS5.
Yes.
Oh, that's very cool. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Anno 117 Pax Romana is out this November. Don't miss it. We've got lots more Gamescom Studio ahead right here on IGN. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.